If you watched House of the Dragon, you may remember the moment when young suitors tried to win Princess Rhaenyra's hand. Among them was a boy from House Blackwood, mocked by a Bracken knight for his youth. The duel ended with the Blackwood killing the Bracken, a shocking glimpse of a feud older than the Targaryen dynasty itself. That was not a throwaway scene. It was a deliberate nod to one of the bloodiest, longest-running rivalries in Westeros, the feud between House Blackwood and House Bracken. These two Riverlands families have hated each other since before Aegon's conquest, and their rivalry would shape the Dance of the Dragons itself. To understand the feud, we must go back thousands of years, to the age of the first men. The Riverlands were once home to dozens of petty kings. Among the most powerful were the Blackwoods and the Brackens. House Bracken ruled from their stronghold at Stone Hedge. They claimed they were the true kings of the Trident, rightful rulers of the Riverlands. House Blackwood from Raventree Hall made similar claims. They traced their line back to the first king of the Riverlands and boasted descent from some of the most ancient kings of the first men. Even their sigils reflect their rivalry. The Brackens proudly bear a red stallion on their banners, while the Blackwoods carry black ravens. The result? Centuries of accusations and bloodshed. Each house called the other liars, usurpers, and oathbreakers. Each tried to prove itself as the true and rightful dynasty of the Riverlands. When the Andals crossed the narrow sea, the Riverlands fell into chaos. Some houses bent the knee, others resisted. The Blackwoods and Brackens split here. The Blackwoods clung to the old gods, keeping their weirwood at Raventree Hall, while the Brackens embraced the faith of the Seven. What began as a fight for power became a clash of faith, culture, and the very soul of the Riverlands. When Aegon came with his dragons, both houses sought favor. The Brackens pledged loyalty quickly, while the Blackwoods also bent the knee, yet their rivalry only grew, each vying for the crown's favor. Even under Dragonfire, the Iron Throne could not end their hatred. During the Dance of the Dragons, the civil war between Rhaenyra Targaryen and her half-brother Aegon II, the ancient Blackwood-Bracken feud reignited. The Blackwoods backed Rhaenyra and the Blacks. The Brackens supported Aegon II and the Greens, splitting the Riverlands once again. 13-year-old Benjicott Bloody Ben Blackwood led his house with a ferocity that terrified even seasoned knights. One battle in particular became infamous, the Battle of the Burning Mill in 129 AC. Blackwood and Bracken forces clashed directly. The fighting was savage, hundreds were slain, and the mill itself was set ablaze. The Blackwood-Bracken feud wasn't just fought in battle, it also unfolded through scandal, betrayal, and twisted love. In the reign of Aegon IV Targaryen, known as Aegon the Unworthy, the rivalry reached the royal bedchamber. He first took Barbara Bracken as his mistress, then replaced her with Melissa Blackwood, his most beloved. The switch inflamed tensions. Brackens spread rumors, Blackwoods mocked their fall. But the real legacy lay in their children, bastards who would carry the feud into a new era. Barbara bore Aegor Rivers, or Bitter Steel, founder of the Golden Company and champion of House Blackfyre. Melissa bore Brynden Rivers, or Blood Raven, a ruthless spy master and staunch Targaryen loyalist. When the Blackfyre Rebellions began, these half-brothers, Bracken and Blackwood blood, stood on opposite sides, reigniting the ancient feud on a grander, bloodier scale. Centuries later, during the War of the Five Kings, the Blackwood-Bracken feud still burned. In A Feast for Crows, Sir Jaime Lannister laments that even amid larger wars, the two houses continue to clash. Though both sworn to House Tully, they skirmish whenever possible. Lord Jonos Bracken and Lord Tytos Blackwood appeared during Jaime's Riverlands campaign, offering fealty, but their mutual bitterness is unmistakable. Their lands are ruined, their people dead, yet neither will yield. It's a perfect symbol of Westeros, a realm where old grudges outlive reason or survival. The Blackwood-Bracken feud is more than just a family squabble. It is a story of identity, religion, betrayal, and pride. It has outlived kings, queens, dragons, and dynasties. And as long as House Blackwood and House Bracken endure, so too will their rivalry. Because in Westeros, old wounds never heal, and some hatreds last forever.